and this book and Men From Mars as well, there's a list of 100 things that men can do, lots of little things that will raise the estrogen in a woman so she can feel special. And there's also a list of 30 things a woman can do for a man, but really they're all about how she responds to him. And if she was responding to him with complaining, she loses points, so to speak. But if he makes a mistake and she doesn't complain, you get 50. If the bigger the mistake, the more points you get. Let's say I'm late for dinner, 2 hours late, happened one time. And Bonnie did not make a big deal out of it. She was upset. She wrote me a note, said, your food's in the refrigerator. We'll talk tomorrow. And I was like so relieved. Okay.
That could have been worse for sure.
Could have been terrible, and again, she came back. She was very vulnerable. She said, John, I know you love your work, and I know you forget time and so forth. And I do appreciate, and I really do appreciate when you call and let me know if you have to be late. But I just wanted you to know, just have a sense of what goes on inside of me during that time where I was upset. Because I'm not upset with you now. I know you do your best. But when I'm going through my process inside, I'm feeling like, well, why should I make a meal for him if he doesn't even come when it's warm? Otherwise, I feel like no motivation to cook. And then there's a part of me that feels like, you get so into your teaching that it's more important than me. And I start to doubt that I'm that important to you. And I know I am, but just when it's upsetting to me, that's what's going on. And another thing is when you don't call or let me know and you're 2 hours late, I'm scared you died. I'm afraid, some bad thing's going to happen. And it takes me a while to process through these things. And so that would just help you know what goes on inside of me. But I know you're doing your best and I love you. So there was no attack. You see, there was no pushing me down. When you push a man down, you get less of a man. You always want to uphold him in a gentle way, also reveal what goes on inside of you. And she was being very vulnerable in that situation. Sharing with me, what goes on inside of her without attack or blame. And that's a mature thing to do. When you're young, you can't really do that. You're still learning how to get through your emotions and feelings to come back to positive feelings. And, in our other talks and all my books, I explain that if you're upset with your partner, to write out your feelings. And if you're single and you don't have a partner, notice when you're feeling lonely and sit down and write out what I call a feeling letter, just to connect with your emotions. And it's worth a good cry. It's, feel sorry for yourself. It's okay. It's like if you see somebody who's hungry and in pain, you feel compassion for them, feel compassion for yourself, and feel the tears of a vulnerable person inside. And sometimes competent women just have a hard time getting there. Some can, but writing will do the trick. And the process is I'm frustrated or I'm angry because, I'm alone. The last guy was this. There's, your mind has all these reasons. I don't have time for a man. The men all taken. I'm angry. I don't have someone in my life. Let yourself be angry about it. And then shift. This is the key. Then shift to what am I disappointed? What am I sad about? Well, I'm disappointed that I'm alone. I'm 55 years old. I don't know what's going to happen in my future. And I wish I didn't think this is how it's going to turn out. I'm sad that my life is changing. I don't know where to start. And I feel awkward doing this. I'm afraid. So you go from anger or frustration to sadness and disappointment. And then, indulge yourself in your fears. I'm going to be alone forever. Nobody wants to be with me. The good guys are all taken. Any of those kind of thoughts. I'm not as attractive as I used to be. These are all nonsense thoughts, but they hang around inside your brain until you write it out. And then you get in touch with what is it I want? Okay. And then you come back to, I want to be in a relationship. I need love. I need support. I want to have some guy fall in love with me. I want to have fun trips together. I want to enjoy ourselves. I want to have a part of my life is just going to be shared with this person who really cares about me, who takes time to listen to me, who likes to be with me, who actually loves me the way I am. You write what you like and what you want, and now you're feeling good again, as opposed to feeling hopeless or not feeling anything. That's the key. The more confident you are on your male side, the less you feel these things. It's healthy for a man to not feel all that stuff. We have this mistaken identity that all men should talk about their feelings. When men are upset, they should do something about it. They should set a plan, and that will make them feel better to take action. And if it doesn't make him feel better, then he can also do the same process and write out his feelings as well. I've done that many, many times, but most of the time I just, I feel what I'm feeling inside. And what am I going to do about this? I solve the problem in my mind. But if you can't, then you need to write it out. But for women, don't go to solving problems. You're solving problems all day. Just go to, all right, what am I feeling? What else am I feeling? Don't edit. Let me look at this myself. And if you can't do that, then you need to find a coach or a therapist who will draw that out of you, because it's important to learn talking and sharing about vulnerable things inside. Vulnerable means I'm not perfect. I don't have it all together. I don't know what to do. I'm feeling a little crazy. I'm really sad. I feel bad. All that sort of stuff inside, the demons inside, write them out. And then come back to feelings of what I want, what I need, and what I'm grateful for. And you gain the power to come back to your female side. Because ultimately the female side is happy, it's appreciative, it's grateful, it's attracted to, if you're heterosexual, it's attracted to men. It finds men attractive. You want to have the man in your life. You can delight in that. You're able to feel confident in yourself, so you can ask for help. You feel worthy. You don't feel you have to earn the praise of somebody else. And that all comes by just after you look at negative feelings, come back to your positive feelings, what I want, and then what I'm grateful for, what I'm happy about, what I realize, what I know to be true. And then you're back, in a sense, you're back in the saddle, but you're both on your male side and your female side. You're balanced.
I think that's so powerful, because I do think that process that you just described, well, all of these hacks that you've just described are fantastic. But that process of writing out and allowing yourself to feel the disappointment or the hurt or the sadness or everything that you're experiencing and not having what you want, and, allowing that to come forward, and the doubts and the fears and the sadness around that. And then being able to kind of see that, get it out. It's not just operating underneath the surface, but get it out can help a woman then to be able to reconnect to, what are my desires about this? What hopes or dreams or desires do I have around this? And then it helps her connect with that emotion. Because one of the things I find to be true for women who have been operating on that masculine side for so long is they're not always really very connected to that emotion. They're not in touch with it because they're suppressing it, or they're ignoring it, or they don't know how much it's running the show.
As much as women think they're in touch with their feelings, I've been doing this for 40 years. It's very hard for them to actually articulate, I'm sad about this, I'm afraid of this. They can usually do one emotion if you ask what the emotion is. Okay, if you can really see she's angry, you're angry about this. Are you disappointed? Are you sad? You see, they're always there. It's like the depth. And sometimes women just start out with, I'm afraid. And then you come into, well, why am I'm afraid because this happened before, and then you feel sad about that. And then you let yourself be angry about that. And so it doesn't always have to be in that order that I just mentioned, but those are your three beautiful colors, the anger, the sadness, and the fear type emotions, and then what you want. And sometimes there's just some dark crayons in there of what I feel bad about, what I feel regret about, what I feel bad about. Occasionally I get caught into that. I just write it out, and then I say what I'm wanting, and I'm back into the flow. See, all negative emotion is blocked desire. It's like if I'm angry, I'm not wanting to love, okay? All we want is to love. And so anger is, because of what you did, I'm not going to love. I'm making these movements. My dog's attacking me, Michelle. It's her time to eat.
She's making her needs known.
That's right. She's making her needs known. And again, as a man, when my wife is unhappy and talking about things, I also understand sometimes if a woman is not getting enough attention, affection, understanding, and support, she just has to her brain will start looking at, I need things to complain about. Now, not all women, but this is very common, is that I have to start barking about something to get attention. And sometimes she doesn't even know what's going on inside. And that's why writing is so good. And then when you can process inside, you come back to positive feelings. Then you can analyze and realize, Look at this dog. Do you see
I
her?
know, what a cute dog. What a cute dog. And I think it's actually perfect, John, because I think it's an analogy for those women that are listening to say, let's get in touch with what's really going on inside. Let's get in touch with those wants, those needs, those desires. Let's be courageous about sharing them and asking. I think it's a perfect analogy.
Okay. My dog's been ignored too long today. I sit in this office doing interviews and counseling all day long. Listen, I'd like to finish up, Michelle.
She's putting her paws up and saying, 10 minutes now.
Yeah, she wants her 10 minutes. She's calm for a moment. And what happens is, as we're finishing up, I hope people will put likes. I want to remind people to put in the likes and subscribe to Michelle's channel. Also, if you want more information from me, although she's got a lot of my best interviews already on YouTube, but go to MarsVenus.com. And we have lots of blogs. We have our favorite, most popular course is Understanding Men. It's right up in the courses section. Understanding Men. It's a 6-week class. Also, at the top of the page, it says, it's a supplement that I've been promoting for 25 years. I helped formulate it with a scientist, and it helps to balance the hormones, lowers the stress in the body, and balances hormones. If you're doing these behaviors, it's not a drug. It's not going to change you unless you're doing some of the behaviors, but it gives your body what it needs the most. And it's 5 pages to explain everything that's in it. So if you push the button, it will take you to Amazon, where it has 5 pages of information about how this will help women or men. It's really a very helpful supplement. I really love supplements. I think they're very helpful. And particularly as I'm planning to travel in the new year, I'll be doing more supplements because they can't get organic food in restaurants, on planes, and anything. So you're not going to get your nutrition. So supplements can be very helpful. But this is just one for everybody. Now, at the bottom of the page, it says contact us. And you can ask questions about where our website works or whatever. But also you can ask, say you're interested in our health program. I have partners who promote the products that I use, and they'll be happy to guide you through a process of being healthier. And it's free. The guidance is free. And the reason I got really excited about this, Michelle, is as I got older, I noticed my energy levels were dropping. And this evidently happens to a lot of people. Their energy levels drop because we lose muscle mass as we get older. And if we eat more protein, you have a chance of building muscle mass, even if you're not going to the gym. I know everybody says you will build muscle mass if you're going to the gym. A lot of people just don't do it. I know you're a walker, I'm a walker, but it doesn't get rid of all your muscle. Your muscle mass still gets less and less. So it turns out there's a lot of new research showing that if you amplify the amount of protein that you put into your body in a easy to digest form, your muscles will grow and excess fat will go away. And that's been proven even without exercise. Now, if you exercise, that's great, but you need more protein as we get older. And we can't get that protein. We can't digest the protein fuller if our health is compromised in any way. If we're stressed, the body doesn't digest protein very well. And if you were to eat protein and you're good at digesting it, you're still only going to get about 20 to 30% of the amino acids. What you want from protein is amino acids that build the muscle and build the brain. But when you get easily digested, so this is a whey protein program where from dairy protein, and most people can't handle dairy because it's indigestible, because it's heat processed. So this is not high heat processed. It's also from, grass-fed cows. It's organic. And it also has these enzymes added into the mix. And you take a few scoops and you put it in warm water, 100 degrees, and you put the powder in there and shake it up, and you wait 45 minutes, and it turns to foam. It literally digests the protein for you. So you're getting completely natural. And they've done research on this now, and they show that you're getting 90 to 95% of the amino acids. And this is what we need. You don't need the rest of your life, but it's good to recharge your brain, get your muscles, building your muscles back up. And then you don't have to go through the 45 minutes every time. But it's fantastic. And I got to all this because 20 years ago, I had Parkinson's, and I found out that the problem was I wasn't digesting my proteins. And I would take I would do these $10,000 drips into my system every day, 10,000 a week. And it suddenly went into my brain and healed my brain, the amino acids, until I
Wow.
don't keep spending $10,000. Just let's find a natural way, which was high quality whey protein mixed with enzymes. You get a lot more of the amino acids. And then we discovered with the scientists that if you put it in hot 100-degree water, like a little bit more warmer than body temperature, it will pre-digest it for you. And so you actually, your brain and your muscles get 95% of the amino acids rather than just 30%. So this is an amazing discovery. If people want to hear more about it from one of our coaches, they can go to the bottom of the page. I don't talk about it on my website at all, but it's just down at the bottom. It says contact us. And there will be, you put in your email, what you'd like to, if you're interested in that muscle protein program, somebody will contact you. If you want to put your phone number down, they'll do it more quickly, but they'll certainly respond to your emails as well.
Yeah, that's great to know. And I would encourage everyone to visit John's website, MarsVenus.com. We'll have the link in the description and also underneath the interview here. So that makes it real easy for you to just click and go to it. And we do want to encourage you to like and subscribe, because this helps us to get more exposure to these interviews that I do with John. And I know so much of this audience loves these interviews so much. And so we're really appreciative of that appreciation.
Thank you again. Thank you all for listening.
Yeah. Lovely to see you, John. Thank you so much, as always, for your generosity and sharing. I loved, there's so many gems in our conversation today, and really, really appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.